Hello, and welcome to my second episode of 2B2 Findings. Today we're going to talk about a base that I found on one of my excursions on 2B2T, and this one was actually quite interesting to see. The main reason why was that I found it in a ice spikes biome, which is something you usually don't see, but in this case I found it here in this ice spikes biome around, I think, yeah, negative x, positive z axis. I think it's somewhere in between like 100,000 blocks on the x axis and then 50,000 blocks on the z axis. I don't exactly remember, but it's in that general area. Maybe it's 80,000 blocks on z axis. I don't quite remember. It's been a while since I went here. Let's get started with what this base is actually. So I found it griefed just like this, and apparently someone was here before I came here, obviously. I decided to loot some of the stuff there myself and burnt one of the chests. As you can see here, this is the chest that I looted and burnt. There are also some in the houses, the griefed houses that I found, but they weren't as, like, the loot that they had wasn't very good. Now, each house looked like it was unique and interesting. Each base composed of both types of ice and obsidian. Some of the houses had glass and quartz. Throughout the whole base, there was a use of fences to make pathways and make little arches, which was a nice little touch to see. There were several horses around, which were tamed and probably once owned, but no longer belonged to anybody. Now, the people who owned these houses, I only have two names. One of them being Brian, which owned a house and was eventually griefed. He later then returned to the base on January 19th, 2018, which was fairly recent, but like a while ago. And Aurora, who I think apparently created this base. The base's name is the Borealis Base. It was created by Aurora between December 2016 and February 2017. Or maybe that's how long the base lasted. I don't exactly know. And then a little saying Aurora forever, which is kind of cheesy. But besides that, there were several places around the base. For example, there was a cliffside house that was destroyed. There was an ice rink, which was interesting to see. And then finally there was a mine that was made of ice, which is odd to see as well. But at the bottom there was this large cavern that was dug out. Originally it was dark, and then I went down there and placed a whole bunch of torches. I don't have any screenshots of the actual cavern because I forgot to actually take one while I was down there. However, it was interesting to come across the space, and yeah, if you want to go find this base yourself, I encourage you to do that. Thank you for watching, and have a good day or night wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.